I'm Adeline Atlas, and today we're diving into a bold and liberating concept: eccentricity. If you've ever felt like you didn't quite fit the mold or that you were too different, this episode is for you. Let's talk about why embracing your eccentricity isn't just important. It's essential for living an extraordinary life. If you want to be in the top 1% of life, the dreamers, the doers, the ones who live boldly and unapologetically, you cannot think, talk, or live like the other 99%. It's one or the other. You can't have both. You either choose to be eccentric, or you blend in with the masses and become just another person in a sea of 8 billion. But what if, instead of being one of 8 billion, you could become one in 8 billion? You can be wild and wise. I'm here to tell you this. You don't have to choose between being wild and being wise. You can be both. In fact, the best personalities, the ones that captivate, inspire, and transform the world, are those who are unapologetically wild and wise. Wild doesn't mean reckless. It means untamed. It means refusing to let the world confine you. Wise doesn't mean boring. It means intentional. It's about knowing who you are, embracing it, and using it to your advantage. The bucket of crabs. Let's talk about the age-old advice. Be yourself. Everyone loves to say it, but as soon as you actually start being yourself, they'll turn around and say, "Oh, not like that." Why? Because the moment you step out of the circle, the moment you leave the proverbial bucket of crabs, you show everyone else that it's possible. Here's what happens. You challenge the status quo. By stepping out of the bucket, you make people uncomfortable. Not because you've done anything wrong, but because you've shown them what they're afraid to do themselves. The crab mentality. The moment you start to rise, the crabs in the bucket will try to pull you back in. They'll do it with words, judgment, and labels. They'll call you eccentric, weird, or strange. But here's the truth. Those labels are just projections of their own fear. They want to be themselves too, but they're not willing to leave the herd. You become a mirror. Your boldness becomes a mirror, reflecting their own lack of courage. And instead of cheering you on, they try to bring you back to their level. Not because they don't like you, but because your freedom challenges their comfort. What does it mean to be eccentric? Let's break it down. Eccentric, out of the center, not in the circle. Eccentricity is the courage to step out of the center, to live beyond the average, and to embrace your own singularity. It means being strange, not in a bad way, but in a way that sets you apart. It means being unique, one of a kind, beyond comparison. Synonyms for eccentric include singular, standing alone, extraordinary, not like the rest. Strange, unusual, different, a beautiful anomaly. Unique, one of a kind, irreplaceable, unmatched. When you embrace your eccentricity, you claim your space outside the circle. You stop conforming and you start creating. You stop following and you start leading. Eccentricity and the soul. Here's the thing. Your soul already knows how to be eccentric. It knows how to be wild, wise, and one of a kind. The challenge is creating the space and grace to connect with it. When you quiet the noise of the world, the opinions, the judgments, the labels, you create room to hear your soul. And your soul doesn't speak in whispers of conformity. It roars with authenticity. It calls you to step into your fullness, to be unapologetically you. Why eccentricity matters. Being eccentric isn't about standing out for the sake of attention. It's about alignment. It's about living in harmony with who you really are, not who the world expects you to be. When you embrace your eccentricity, you live authentically. You stop hiding. You stop pretending. You show up as your full, vibrant, unfiltered self. You inspire others. By stepping out of the circle, you give others permission to do the same. You show them that it's possible to live boldly and authentically. You tap into your power. Eccentricity isn't a weakness. It's a superpower. It's what makes you unforgettable, unstoppable, and undeniably you. Be unapologetically wild. To be eccentric, you have to be wild. You have to be willing to step out of the herd, out of the circle, and into your own uniqueness. The world will try to pull you back. It will try to tame you, label you, and box you in. But the question is, will you let it? Or will you stand tall, knowing that you are 1 in 8 billion. Your challenge. Here's my challenge for you. The next time someone calls you strange, weird, or different, wear it like a badge of honor. The next time you feel the pull to conform, remind yourself that the best lives are lived outside the circle. And the next time you doubt your uniqueness, remember this. Your soul already knows how to be eccentric. All you have to do is trust it. Thank you for joining me today. If this resonated with you, don't forget to order your copy of Soul Game on Amazon for even more insights into living authentically and boldly. Until next time, remember, the world doesn't need another copy. It needs the original, wild, and wise version of you. Have a blessed day. Bye.